Good evening, everyone. Tonight, our regularly scheduled Board of Selectmen's meeting.
This conference will now be recorded.
Tonight, Thursday, November 3rd, 2022, our regularly scheduled Board of Selectmen's meeting. Right now, there are only two members, so we do not have a voting majority, but we can still go over other items. I'd like to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Additions and changes to the agenda. At this time, it was, I'm suggesting that we postpone the executive session as our vice chair, Gail Richmond, is not able to be in attendance tonight. We cannot vote on that because I do not have a third member at this, but we wouldn't have the meeting anyways because we don't have a quorum. Public comment. Is there anyone out there for public comment? I would like to make a quick public comment myself. Dan Larson, Chair of the Board of Selectmen, speaking as an individual. Again, I want to thank the Town Center Project people for the Harvest Moon Festival. It was a great time. I think everyone had a great time. It was great weather. I put a thing in the paper, but I did not see it. But I just wanted to mention it here. I think we're very lucky here in Hebron to have, groups that are working so hard to make Hebron a fun, great place to live. And then the other thing that they have going on this weekend, this Saturday, is their community chorus. And that is going to be Saturday, November 5th, 2022, 7 p.m. at St. Peter's Episcopal Church. They do have a suggested donation down here. And the director is Andre Strolaroff and pianist Donald Funk. So that should be a fun time. So for those people who may want to get out and see that. Is there any other public comment?
I don't see anybody in the chat box at this time.
Okay, perfect. Moving on, our good to know and special recognition. Andy, do we have Mr. McNamara?
Unfortunately, he had a conflict for this meeting, but he's going to try to make one. So he's not with us tonight.
Okay. Our next item, appointments and resignations. Andy?
Okay. Let me get to that. I still think we still don't have quorum, I believe. So under the item 6, appointments and resignations, 2022 board and commission reappointments in accordance with the board policy, the following lists appointment terms expire in December 2022. Included is the attendance records and the policy regarding reappointments. The item will be continued on to November 17th agenda for the actual reappointment based on responses received. And we keep continuing to get more in as we go along.
Okay. So this is more, I'm sorry. This is more just informative at this point, correct?
Yes, we'll bring it up more at the 17th for an affirmative reappointment. This is just to let you know that we're still going through the process.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, town manager's report.
Okay, I was on vacation last week, but I'm not sure if everybody's aware, but it's sad news for the town of Hebron that Mike Tarbell has passed away. He was instrumental with the Hebron Lions Club and also a longtime surveyor and worked on many projects. And,
69.
a lot of subdivisions and build outs in Hebron. So unfortunately, he passed away. They're going to have a memory of his life. I think it's November 7th at Blackledge, but he was a behind the scenes guy. I dealt with him in the very first day I came to Hebron back in 1996. And I worked with him right up until the end here. So a big loss to the town of Hebron and to the Lions. Okay, so we had a meeting today, myself and Matt, the town planner, with Deep regarding Connecticut Water and our options to try to get funding and next steps. We're trying to keep them posted that we're still in desperate need of more water. We have a meeting with Connecticut Water tomorrow, and then I'm meeting the Budsman for Senator Murphy later next week. So come in, we're just going to keep the irons in the fire to try to get as many angles as trying to improve the quantity of water in Hebron. It's a long road, but we're going to keep pressing. Next week, there will be a public hearing on the Wall Street sidewalks on November 10th at 6:30 at the Douglas Library. That's part of the STEEP grant application process. We have to have a public hearing, so that's going to move forward. And then we will be putting that out to bid. Hopefully the bids will come in a little bit cheaper than the engineer's estimates. So keep your fingers crossed. This is a good time to be putting something like that out to bid. So after the public hearing, we'll start to do that. All the town departments are preparing their CIP budgets. They're due into my office on November 15th. So we're helping the people do those as we speak. We also had an unpleasant visit from an AFA crew. They came into town hall and were filming, and then they posted a video on social media. I don't know if some of you have seen that. We sent that out to the selectmen, but it's unfortunate in today's world that we have people with nothing better to do to go out and harassing town officials. So we hired a new financial administrator, Kevin Lawton. He starts on Monday, November 10th. He will be replacing Sue that works underneath Elaine. And she's going to retire, so we wish her well. We're still having trouble finding a social worker. We went out to solicited for that again. We did interviews, and unfortunately, we narrowed it down to a final couple people. And then when we brought them in for the second interview, there were some things that didn't work out, both for us and them. So once again, we did not come out of that successful. So try again. Then CCM held their convention with the governor's debate at the Mohegan Sun. That went well.
Right.
That's behind us now. So that's all I had, Dan.
Okay, could I ask two questions?
Absolutely.
Okay, one is the 8594, is that bridge repair replacement still on schedule? Do you
As
know?
far as I know, I talked to them before I went away, and the contractor said they hadn't found any surprises. So hopefully they're going to be trying to wrap that up before winter hits.
Okay, because that was supposed to be done, I thought sometime in November, correct?
Yeah, this month. It's supposed to be done
Yeah.
this month.
And then anything new with the WPCA? With the pump station repairs or anything?
Yes, so I apologize. I sent that to you this afternoon to all the selectmen, an update on that whole project.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Email, that's okay. So yes, we're starting to come along. They're starting to button up some things, and that email that I sent you explains that.
Okay, great. Thank you. Mark,
Welcome.
did you have anything? You're on mute.
How about now?
Okay, I heard you. You are there. You're on mute again.
Okay, you can hear me now, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I only wanted to back up what Andy said about Mike Tarbell. He was a great-hearted man. He'd do anything for anybody. Worked with him, I think, 15, 16 years in a row at the Lions Fair. He was my surveyor. He was a very decent man, and I'm saddened by that. He was a good person to everybody. And I don't know if Gail's watching. She probably isn't, but we wish Gail well. I guess Gail broke her shoulder, Andy.
Yeah, I think it's her arm, and her shoulder
Her
was
arm?
dislocated, but I think by the time they got her to Hartford Hospital, it may have gone back in, but she has a broken bone in her upper arm.
And that's sad news too. So I had two very sad things today. All right. Other than that, Dan, we can move along. I'm just wondering why maybe we shouldn't talk about things that we can't vote on and just have everything else be informational. Otherwise, we're just being redundant because we're going to have to revisit it again later, Dan. Just a comment I had.
Oh, yeah. And, literally that is true. I mean, we can't do the, really, we can't do any of the new business without
No.
a third body.
You can't approve the minutes or any of that, right?
No, none of that.
So,
Yeah.
Andy, why don't you move along as what we can do and what we can't do, since you pretty much know what would we be being redundant because we have to revisit it again later. It's a conversation that is going nowhere.
The
So
only thing that I would say at this time, now that we're into the meeting, 15, 16 minutes, go through your liaison reports. And we can't even approve, the next agenda or the minutes. So I would just go through the liaison reports, open it up to public comment again, and then end the meeting.
okay, that sounds good.
And that's, yes, I agree. Totally correct and accurate, I think. So at this point, it would be our liaison reports. Do you have anything, Mark?
No, other than at RAM, we're moving along with the active shooter response program. Teachers are working hard at it, and everyone else in the administration is on board. It will be a long process. The fire department is going to be joining with their part in the EMS response to it. So we're making progress with that with the schools. So other than that, that's all I have to report.
Okay. Andy, did you have anything? Chatham Health or anything?
No, Chatham Health's going well. Everybody's in budget mode. The insurance consortium, Chatham Health budgets, just busy working on all these budgets.
Okay. The only thing I had, the fire department is not going to be doing, well, the corporation basically is no longer, it's called a different organization now, but they're not going to be doing the senior dinner, which I find extremely sad. And the reasoning is because the potential of not being able to get the quantity of turkeys necessary to do that. So it's just sad, I'm not sure 15, 20 years, possibly more of doing that. And it comes to an end because of, again, supply chain issues.
Yeah.
So other than that, not much is happening with the Historic Properties Commission. Everybody's been busy, so that's about that with that going on. As I said, it's not anybody's area, but I did get a thing from Judy Padell talking about the Hebron Community Chorus, and I believe that they have done another show earlier, but I'm not positive. I am going to try to make this one. So should be a good time. And that's all I have. So with that, I guess we'll open it up to public comment. If there's anything.
Any public comment?
Okay. Not hearing anything. I guess we will move for adjournment at, now this is going to be a record, 7:19.
Yeah, I wouldn't even, well, you can call for it, but you can't even vote on that because you don't have a quorum. So I get, we would just sign off, I guess.
Okay. So,
And I don't know what happened to Peter. So hopefully he's okay. I didn't know that he wasn't going to be there. Tiffany had responded back when we sent out the email about Gail Richmond getting injured. So I probably shouldn't have assumed that she was going to be available. So and maybe she's away. I don't know.
a little surprised, but it is what it is. So some of these items we'll just keep
Okay.
and do next time.